Welcome to LFC Transfer HQ, your ultimate source for all things Liverpool FC transfers. Like and subscribe for more football updates. Our first news is Liverpool handed major boost to sign 11-goal star as club must raise €200 million within 2 weeks. Liverpool are among the clubs who have been linked with Malik Fofana. Liverpool have been handed a potential opportunity to swoop for an exciting prospect. The Reds are among the clubs who have been linked with a move for Olympique Lyonnais winger Malik Fofana. The 20-year-old enjoyed an impressive 2024-25 season for Les Gones. He scored 11 goals and recorded 6 assists in 41 appearances as Lyon finished 6th in League One and reached the Europa League quarter-finals. However, Lyon have landed themselves in hot water. Last November, French football watchdog DNCG relegated the club to the second tier amid reported debts of €500 million unless the situation improved. That decision has since been upheld and, as things stand, Lyon will be in League Two for the 2025-26 season. John Textor, whose company Eagle Football Holding own Les Gones, has stepped down from his leadership role at the Groupama Stadium. Lyon plan to appeal the decision. But they could be in a race against time, and need to raise funds. According to L'Equipe, Les Gones have been told they need €200 million to reverse their demotion. However, some €100 million needs to be raised within 7 days before their appeal hearing with DCNG on July 10. The Independent reported that Lyon have set a price tag of £51.5 million on Fofana's head, with Chelsea and Arsenal also said to be keen. In addition, Nottingham Forest are said to have agreed a deal with Lyon, but the one-cap Belgium international has not given the green light on the move. However, Les Gones may be forced to sell Fofana for a cheaper price if they indeed do need to bring in cash. However, Textor, who recently sold his 43% shareholding in Crystal Palace, insisted that Lyon were not short of cash. The American, who tried to buy Everton last year and is now said to have his eyes on Sheffield Wednesday, said, "We've never been more liquid in cash. But there are things in the process I did that disappointed the governing bodies there that we need to fix. We did pass through the financial sustainability review with UEFA, which is quite a comprehensive process. So the fact that we didn't pass through France has more to do with some of the specific elements that I brought to the table that I should have improved." Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our second news is, I rack my brain, £15 million man Liverpool bid for speaks out after Newcastle United exit. Newcastle United bid farewell to Jamal Lewis this summer, and Chronicle Live caught up with the Northern Ireland international for an exclusive interview on his time at the club and his hopes for the future. Jamal Lewis has had time to think. Not only about his future, but his past, too, after the defender's contract ran out at Newcastle United. "It's been helpful because I sometimes rack my brain about why things didn't work out," he told Chronicle Live. Lewis certainly had a different ending in mind back in 2020 after Newcastle paid £15 million for the Northern Ireland international, who had previously been subject of an offer from Liverpool. It was a dream move. On paper. This was a club, in Lewis' own words, with monumental potential, even before there was talk of investment. Although Lewis soon realized it wasn't a great fit style-wise under Steve Bruce. Compared to what he had been used to at Norwich City, the left-back also recognized that he struggled to adapt. However, a change of manager offered fresh hope following the takeover more than a year later. In fact, Eddie Howe later revealed that he was a really big fan of Lewis after tracking the defender for some time. It is easy to forget that Lewis started 3 games in a row in the opening weeks of Howe's reign, only for a groin issue to rear its ugly head against former suitors Liverpool at Anfield. It felt like a sliding doors moment. Howe signed Matt Targett a few weeks later and the injured Lewis was left out of the 25-man squad for the second half of the season. "It was unfortunate that I didn't produce what I felt I could because it could have been a great match, but this is football," Lewis reflected. "Sometimes the timing is not right. I had injuries. They have got games to win, so it's just unfortunate that it didn't come together as it could have. I've since learned a lot about my body. I've caught little niggles. I had pelvic and groin problems that kept me out for a while. Even when I was back, I didn't feel like I was clicking. I almost had to reset my body, get in the gym and work on the bits and bobs that were going on for a couple of years. It was disappointing not to play, but to be provided with an elite environment to progress and get myself out of that position was not something I took for granted. You have to take an unselfish approach to things when you see a high-performance environment that's pushing to progress and produces results. I understood that. I would have loved to play a bigger role, but I just made sure that I showed up every day and was the best that I could be in training. It would have been great to apply it onto the pitch for Newcastle United, but it was not written in the stars. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our last news is Liverpool, working on blockbuster deal for £77 million gem as Arsenal close in on impressive transfer coup. Latest transfer news and rumours from around the Premier League including Liverpool, Arsenal, Crystal Palace and Burnley updates. Liverpool are working on a deal for RB Leipzig defender Castello Luquiba this summer, according to Caught Offside, as they look to retain their title ahead of rivals like Arsenal and Manchester City. The report suggests the player has a release clause of £77 million in his contract. His current club could face a battle to keep hold of him amid attention from Anfield. Luquiba, 22, is a France international with one cap under his belt so far in his career. He moved to Germany in 2023 and has since made 72 appearances in all competitions. Prior to his Bundesliga switch, he rose into the first team at Lyon after graduating from their academy. The 3 a.m. verdict. Castello Luquiba would be a smart signing by Liverpool if they were able to lure him to England. He is young, has bags of potential and would be a useful long-term option for the Reds. Virgil van Dijk isn't getting any younger, and although he can still play at the top level effectively, Arne Slot needs to start thinking about replacements for him down the line. Arsenal are closing in on a deal to sign Valencia centre-back Christian Mosquera, as per Caught Offside. They are poised to snap up the La Liga ace to bolster their defensive department. The 21-year-old is a Spain under-21 international and has a bright future ahead of him in the game. Mosquera, who is from Alicante, was on the books at Hercules before his transfer to the Mestalla in 2016. He has since played 90 matches altogether and has scored 1 goal from the back. Former Huddersfield Town and West Brom boss Carlos Corberán won't want to lose him over the next couple of months, but it seems inevitable that he will be on his way. The 3 a.m. verdict, snapping up Christian Mosquera from Valencia, would be a shrewd bit of business by Arsenal. He would give them more competition and depth at the back and something different to what they already have. As with any young player from abroad though, it may take him time to adapt to life in a new country, so patience is likely to be required with him. Crystal Palace and Burnley are targeting Napoli midfielder Jens Kajust, Sky Sports claim. He spent last term on loan at Ipswich Town in the top flight. Sevilla and Besiktas have also been mentioned as potential suitors. Kajust has gone back to Italy now, but his long-term future is up in the air. The Eagles and the Clarets could both see him as someone to inject more quality into their options in the middle of the park. The latter have recently been promoted from the Championship under the guidance of Scott Parker. Thanks for watching. That's all for today's transfer update. But the transfer window never sleeps, and neither do we. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the latest Liverpool FC transfer.